are we all doing? I can't hear you. Of course I can hear you. I am Martha Stewart, baby. Now, let's get interactive, shall we? Let's get saucy. I want the entire left side of the room to say Martha, and the entire right side of the room to say Stewart, okay? Repeat after me. Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart. You know, that sucked. That sucked nuts. Oh, honestly, good Lord. You know, I had a dream last night that you were all watching me, except you were all just Magic Johnson in different points in his career. Now, some of you were shirtless, or should I say some of him were shirtless if you want to get technical. But I liked them all. Hey, let's get started. That means, Chris, get on up here and give the people what they want.
My name is Chris, not Martha Stewart, unfortunately. I want a big shout out to Charlie, whose mom is childhood friends with Martha. It took a lot to get her on deal for this production, so a big shout out to him. Y'all ready for some fucking comedy? Yeah! So obviously, Martha Stewart has a lot of cool friends. Snoop Dogg, other people. Speaking of Snoop Dogg, we are really fucking proud tonight to present Win!
The hat is for Snoop Dogg. I don't know about you guys, but I really hate the bathrooms in Dwinell. I really hate that a lot of the urinals, they don't have stalls, so you have to hit this pose. And you have to spray and pray kind of, and just whisper like, don't look at the other guy's dick, I feel like the reason that everyone says that maybe in their mind is because maybe secretly we want to look at the other guy's dick next to us, right? I'm straight, but just maybe we're curious, Here at Berkeley, we have a history of empiricism. We want to go out there and we want to figure out, is the average dick length really 5 inches or whatever it is, you can look up Google, on Google, what does a Cheeto look like, but you want to see what a Cheeto looks like in person, So, I think, part of this curiosity stems from the fact that the only real dick I've seen in person, up close, is my dad's. Not up close, but just in general, it's just a normal part of growing up, I feel like, but it's kind of a little weirder if you tell people you've seen your uncle's dick. People might raise an eyebrow at that. But the worst is if you tell people you've seen your stepdad's dick, then all of a sudden they start having questions for you, are you okay? When did it happen? Or, did you go to therapy? Maybe they start hugging you, And I think it's just because people watch too much porn, but, I also think this curiosity for maybe seeing other guys' dicks secretly is because in my K through 8, people had really bad bathroom etiquette. You could walk into a bathroom 8 in the morning and just see some guy's cheeks out, in the urinal, butt booty naked, just taking a piss right there, there was also this one time this kid went in the middle of the room and he started pissing around in a circle, and he had a song that went with it. He was peeing everywhere, and he would just go nuts, this is the type of shit that happens in the Catholic schools, I don't know, I think we all repress these urges, but they come out eventually, right? That's why I'm here, actually. Speaking of bathrooms, my upstairs neighbor, he's a super loud guy. I was brushing my teeth the other night and I heard this guy pissing at 25 miles an hour at least. This guy, he must have had a cock the size of a horse, because that guy was spitting jet fuel right into his bathroom. Like I don't know, dude. Like, he's a super loud guy in general. Like me and my roommate will hear him banging shit all the time, and I've come to the conclusion that he must be into like BDSM. If anyone doesn't know what BDSM is, you can kindly leave. We're at Berkeley. Yeah, like this guy, like he'll just be begging and shit. And I know he has a girlfriend too, but the thing is I haven't seen his girlfriend a lot lately. So I think he might be like a masochist. Like I think he must just be like whipping himself up there. I don't know. Maybe he's doing some WWE moves or something. And I also just feel like this guy in general, like he vapes. So I feel like he might not be into BDSM sometimes, because like imagine you're like, you're going at it with your girl, like you're hooked up to your medieval torture machine or something, and then you're like, hold on, babe. I have to vape my Bart Simpson themed geek bar really quick. Like that, I don't know about you guys, but that would really like kill the mood for me. And I also feel like generally people don't have good, vapors don't have good like stamina. So, if you're going at it with someone and like, all of a sudden you have to take a break to catch your breath, like that would really be like demasculating for me. Like I think I'd probably like kill myself right then and there. Like I think that like toxic masculinity is good in that respect, I think. So that's my time, guys. But thank you.
Make some more noise for Win. Yeah! That was a lot of penis jokes. We're getting the fucking night started off right. Is like pants at ankles, is that bad at a urinal? Is that bad looks? Yes. Hey, I mean, I don't know. Keep people complaining, but next up we got Moy.
Yo, what's good from UC Berkeley? What's good? Yeah, so before my pants ripped, I don't fucking know. I got fucked by hip hop. Yeah, I did a hip hop recital, kind of random. Yeah. Anyone go out for Cal Day? Nice. Anyone get fucked up? Yeah! That's whack! You're at UC Berkeley. You should be studying. No. Not like me. I was in dough, locking in, grinding on your mom. I'm sorry. I have to get the mom joke out of there. But yeah, my Cal Day was okay. I was working on campus and it was going pretty good. So I saw Oski. Like, he low-key pisses me off. Like, why are you walking on two legs? Bitch, you're a bear! What the fuck? Like, I feel like these mascot workers aren't committed hard enough. I want to see them walking on all fours all over campus. If they're disagreeing, like, no, this is unethical, I'll respect them. Like, okay, well, we're sending your ass to the Oakland Zoo. Not even the San Francisco Zoo, Oakland Zoo. Yeah, but speaking of all fours, I had a dog growing up. Tiny ass Chiweenier dog. Yeah, I love that mutt. And I saw him from a puppy to a dead carcass in my arms. Jeez. We're like, why, God? Why? He's leaving us too soon. In reality, we had like the injection to put him to sleep. Leave us now! Leave us now! The pin in the ass to take care of. Yeah. Yeah, so shout out to my dog, Calvin. Love that guy. Yeah, but we had him for 15 years, so we got to celebrate his quinceañera. It felt very pretty, died a real woman. But yeah, it was nice seeing him throughout the stages of his life. I would say the most notable was when he was a teenager and he would run away. And dude was a dumbass, he could have ran away, lived a free life. Dude just wanted some pussy? Like, what the fuck? Like, he didn't want to fuck a cat. Like, what? He wanted dog vagina, okay? Although seeing him fuck a cat would be insane, I'm like, what? Yeah. Pull out my phone, record it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but my dog ran away, and I was sad when he ran away. Like, it felt like I lost a friend. But boy got needs. Like a real friend would know, boy got needs. Like I was cock blocking my dog. Like if I could go back in time, I would like open the door for him, like pass him a Trojan. Like, you know, be safe, have fun. But when I eventually found my dog, I found him, and to my surprise, he was next to a big ass girl dog. I was like, how did he clap cheeks with a giant? What the fuck? What the hell? Like he was legit walking under him, peeping at the goods. Peeping at the goods, yeah. And I was like, whoa, this print is crazy. I guess they didn't do a doggy. I guess not. To like flip over, do missionary, do something. But yeah, after my dog came back, we had an honest conversation. I was like, look, Chavo, you can't just be running away whenever you want. Like, we need to find a solution. So we just neutered him. No, that was the solution. You want to leave? You got no rights now. Yeah. But no. All jokes aside, my dog was part of my family. Really cared about him. So it hurt when he died. And it got me thinking of other people who died. My cousin. That was painful. Why are you laughing, bro? Whoa! But my grandpa also died a couple of years ago. No one gave a fuck. Yeah. Like, yes, we're all rejoicing, my whole family. Like, yes, we got rid of that problem. I was just a little concerned. Like, hopefully in heaven they're keeping him away from the preschools. Let's just say his love language was physical touch. That's all I'm saying. Keep those kid peepees away. But I found out my grandpa was a pedophile when I was 18. Whoa! When I was 18. So that just makes you reevaluate your whole life. Like my grandpa was always so eager to go to my soccer games as a kid. Whoa. I was like, whoa, it wasn't for the love of soccer? What the fuck? My brother didn't like watching me play. In reality, it was like his hunting ground. You know, like, which one do I want to take home? In reality, he was taking me home. I was the one going in his car. Fuck. Grandpa. But yeah, these grandpa jokes, this is how you get haunted by a dead spirit. By my grandpa. This is the start of the horror film. Yeah, but no, my grandpa accepted Christ. He accepted Jesus before he died. And I grew up in a Christian church. But it was pretty hard believing in Jesus. Especially when the worship leader's dating a 15-year-old. You're like, what the hell? I don't think that's very holy, sir. No, she wasn't 15, she was 13. Yeah, he wanted the forbidden fruits. Jesus. This is all true. This is not a joke. This actually happened. Shout out to David, the worship leader. No, yeah, but it was a strange place, my church. Like, people would go up and give testimonials on like how God changed their life. Like, oh, I had cancer, but God healed me. I didn't have money for rent. God provided. One day a lady went and she was like, oh, I'm a witch. Not gonna lie, that kind of turned me on. I was like, whoa, that's kind of freaky, not gonna lie. But her next line was like, I sacrificed my daughter to the devil. I was terrified and I still had a boner. So I was like, what the fuck? God, I don't know what I feel. You forgave my grandpa. Forgive me, please. Yeah. No, but church was a nice place. It was a nice community, made a lot of friends. And it was very fruitful. So shout out to Sion in Redwood City. And I didn't have a game console as a kid. Not a major inconvenience. But I was pretty bummed out. And one day some guy came up to me and he was like, oh, do you want a PSP? I was like, of course, that's great. Yeah, I never got it. Turns out Ricardo was touching kids too and got deported to Mexico. I was a little concerned, not gonna lie. My only question was, who the fuck ratted him out? Wait until you're my PS fucking P. What the fuck? Yeah, but I thought church was like a place of love. You know, he showed your love through physical touch. He showed mine through gift giving. Fuck. Yeah, but I didn't get my PSP. My grandpa did not give a shit about me. And it like just makes me reflect. And it made me realize, holy shit, I have a mutual understanding with women. That men ain't shit. Men ain't shit. All right, thank you everyone. Yeah.
some noise for Moy and his pedophile grandpa! Hell yeah! Men ain't shit, I guess. Okay, alright. Boy, I'm glad you were locked in on Cal Day. I'm like 90% sure I saw you getting fucked up at TDX, but you know, we'll let it slide, right? Next up, I want to welcome to the stage Katie Hahn!
Howdy.
Howdy!
I'm not from the South, I'm from Washington. People that have known me for many years tell me that when they first met me, they thought I was a bitch. Because I have a resting bitch face. But after getting to know me, they realized that I'm just a very, very shy bitch. It's actually very embarrassing to be a shy bitch because, you know, for example, I'd be really good at confronting people, but once they get really angry and start saying, yo, you want to say that louder again, bitch? I always go, and if they keep asking, I take out my phone for my own safety, and I text it to them in all caps. Got him. I've heard of all the jokes about plastic surgery in Korea, and I've been asked if I ever considered getting it. To that I say, of course, because do you know how long I've wondered what it's like to have fully opened eyes? You've seen my routines before. Whenever I finish my set, you never hear me say, that's my time, thank you everyone, because it's not true. If I'm honest, I would be saying, that's my time, thank you, 2 front rows. The rest of you I can hear you, don't worry. Yeah. So I've been going to therapy recently. Is a phrase that always gets met with a standing ovation. That doesn't make any sense, because I've never heard clapping for someone who says so. I've been going to a psych ward recently. And therapists apparently are not very straightforward with you. The client would be like, I feel sad. And the therapist would be like, why? My dog died recently. Which feeling right now is related to your dad. Psych wards, on the other hand, more straightforward. You know, because a patient would be like, I feel sad. And a psych ward staff member would be like, who are you talking to? When I was younger, I was diagnosed with a disease that almost killed me. But luckily the doctors caught it in time. And the medical treatment was to pump my body with a lot of steroids. And looking back, I'm like, what the hell? I thought I needed life-affirming care, not gender-affirming care. Like, I can't believe the doctors didn't dead name me, but they were gonna name me dead. I swear I go back to that doctor's office again, and they're gonna be like, I'm sorry, you have prostate cancer. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, and whose fault was that, T. My mom sent me an Instagram reel that explained that tattoos have a link to increased cancer risk. And I'm like, that's unfortunate, because I know a lot of cancer patients who get tattoos after they beat cancer. You know, the ones where they have the big ass cancer awareness ribbon with the big ass letters that say "fuck cancer." It's fine. I think it's okay because if someone did get cancer again from the tattoo, all they need to do is just add a comma in between for it to read, fuck, cancer. Yeah. Y'all remember the last time someone had a crush on you?
Nope.
Well, I was 10 at summer camp. This boy was clearly very fond of me, but he wasn't really good with personal space, because he would touch my hair, smell it, and say, I love your hair. I didn't know how to tell him to stop, because how do you tell a black person to stop touching your hair? So I didn't. And it became a routine. He would touch my hair, smell it, and say, your hair looks extra nice today. And say, thanks. It's real. All right, that's my time. Thank you.
Clap it up one more time for Katie Hart. Clap it up one more time for therapy. Who's some fucking therapy out here, huh? Huh? Nobody's taking the $50 E-Tang deal? It's a steal, honestly, man. They medicate you. I was gonna ask anyone if they got anything, but you know, all good. Next up, y'all stay in your seats for this one because this guy fucking kills. We got Ethan.
How we doing, everyone? How we doing? Any of you guys watching the NBA playoffs?
Yeah.
Some of you guys, cool. So, all right. Well, I don't know if you guys saw this. I was watching a game a couple days ago, and they had this ad, and it said over 700. I didn't even say the punchline yet, but there was this ad, and it said over 750,000 people watching today's game will be diagnosed with breast cancer. So I didn't watch. There's been lots of talks with AI. You know, is AI going to take our jobs? To be honest, I kind of have mixed feelings on the idea, because I know on one hand, it's going to have a huge impact on the US economy. I know this. But on the other hand, I'm unemployed. I don't feel like a steak in this one, you know what I mean? Currently I've been volunteering at the old folks home, keep myself busy, and I actually don't even have any relatives over there or anything. It's just, you know, I don't really have a job, so I really need to land a will. I definitely get my charity genes from my family, if you will. We used to run this nonprofit where we would kind of surprise homeowners by like modernizing their homes. So, you know, we install fridges, freezers, air fryers, TVs, you get the gist. And then we'd record the reactions and upload it to the internet. You can actually, I think you can still find us on YouTube under a playlist called Amish People Crying. Right now, I'm kind of trying to do my own thing. So I started donating towards the Native American reparations. A lot of people have told me that they think I'm wasting my money, but the way I see it, now I don't really feel like as bad when I lose money at Pachenga. I like you, man. I like you. Let's see though, it's been a pretty hectic week. I just got in this crazy fight on the bus. This pregnant lady, she was really eyeing me for my seat. I had a long day. I wasn't really trying to give it up. And so I don't make eye contact. And eventually she goes, well, if me being pregnant isn't enough of a reason for you, today's my 3rd anniversary with my boyfriend. And maybe I shouldn't have done this, but I stayed seated, look this lady directly in the eyes and go, see, that's the issue. You always make our anniversaries about you. No, I do love my girlfriend though. She's had it rough. Like when she was going through chemo, she couldn't even look in a mirror. So I made a promise to her that I was going to sport the same look. And let me just say, it was seriously not easy getting that skinny. The thing is, I'm always finding out new things about my girlfriend. Just the other day, she came out as bisexual. Yeah! Yeah, that's right. We finally had sex. But I must have flipped the switch because the very next day, I walk in and her using a vibrator. The thing is, I don't even know if that's something I can really like confront her about. Because mine's still missing. But my parents, they think my girlfriend's too good for me. But they're kind of always giving me shit. Like I like wearing like cheap cotton t-shirts and which is ironic because they still hang up my old drawings in the fridge. I don't know, I guess somehow I thought that we'd, come to like a mutual agreement that just because something isn't the most visually pleasing doesn't mean a kid didn't work really hard on it. I do love my parents. Fun fact about my parents, my mom's a lawyer and my dad is a real estate agent. So it was a very fast divorce. But I do respect my parents a lot because they always kept things real with me. Like when I told them I wanted to play in the NBA, I mean, they immediately sat me down and said to me, I'll never forget this, Ethan, listen, we will always support you, but let's be realistic. You're Jewish. Yeah. You have a much better shot at being an owner. All right, thank you guys. Yeah.
Clap it up one more time for Ethan! Now this next girl is heinous. Welcome up, Ashley!
What the heck, Chris? Oh my god, I got my Christian friend in the back. Hope he doesn't unfriend me after my set. How are you guys all doing? Make some noise if you're That's great. I didn't know I was materialistic until recently. Did you guys know that? I found out after I ate food at Asian Ghetto. Like I love my friends, but they have 8 roommates that always take me to Boba Ninja. I'm actually just complaining at this segment, but it's like tsunamis, earthquakes, and then gypsies. Anyway, a lot of people have been asking me if I would ever go study abroad because I'm gonna be junior next year. Shout out to our elderly Berkeley crowd, And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm from South Korea, So Berkeley is my Cancun. Every day I wake up, I just decide to wear less clothes and entertain exotic men. Yeah. Men with facial hair and liberal pronouns. I will say I do have a pretty good pronunciation for an international student, It's great, but the only downside is that people never point me out if I say anything wrong. So this other day on Instagram, I saw this reel and it said, when your friends tell you, at least you didn't let him hit, and you give him the side eye. And I was like, haha, this is funny. I've clearly let men flirt with me, hit on me, Let me publicly repost this. Yeah, now. Thank you, sir. Now people just think I'm a treesh, Hey, at least they think I'm Berkeley assimilated, They're like, Ashley, she doesn't do anything for 420, but hey, she's sexually active. I also mess up the acronyms all the time. Guys, I just hate English, One time I was driving a little wacky on the curb, and then instead of telling my friends, oh my god, I almost got a DUI, I told them I almost got an IUD. I have a pretty strong personal brand at this point. Yeah. This other day, my friend randomly asked me, she was like, what are your parents' thoughts on interracial marriage? And I was like, One thing about Asian parents, they will always tell you what to not do, not to what to do. White parents are like, oh my god, go Courtney, marry whoever you want, you know, as long as they're God-fearing, doesn't even have to be a man, you know. Asian parents just tell you one thing, which is no Africans. Jesus. Yeah. So as a good Asian daughter, I was talking to this European black guy a couple months ago. Yeah, let's go. It really didn't go anywhere, and I was kind of devastated about that. And you know it's bad when your guy friends ask you to see his Instagram. You know, they never be asking for that shit. He's right there too. And I showed it to them. And I was a little embarrassed because his highlight was like a red car, Rolex, a black car, Rolex. And then they were like, oh, Ashley, like, why would he settle for you? He's black and he's rich. There's like 5 in this world. And I was like, don't say that. Like, because there's clearly 6, including I chose speed, you know? Yeah, where was I going with this? Oh yeah. Call me a hater, but I really don't trust Berkeley, man. Sorry, you guys on the front row. Damn it. Somebody agrees. Guys, I have data though. One time, actually really recently, my friend was like, hey, can my friend bring his friend? And I was like, they're probably chill, like, I don't care. Tell me why, within 60 minutes that this man pulls up, he decides to tell me, like, eye to eye, like, I have 26 bodies and I broke all their hearts.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And I'm like, sir, the only thing broken is you and the money you spent on Hinge Premium. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't trust them. I have been hearing this exact sequence of sentence a lot, which is, you're 21 years old and you never had a boyfriend. Like, God forbid a girl has hobbies and read yaoi. Like, what's up with you, you know? Yeah. I gotta admit, it does get a little weird, you know? I remember when my sibling had to give me the sex talk. Yeah, that was awkward. She, like, sat me down. I remember she told me that if you ever give head to a guy, the bacteria stays in your mouth permanently and you can never take it out. Yeah, and then I had to tell her to buckle her seatbelt because I was driving her back from middle school. True story, by the way. Where was I going again? Sorry guys, I've done this shit so many times to be like forgetting jokes. Oh yeah, I guess I'm almost over. Any of you guys have TikTok, you know? Shout out for the people who have TikTok. Yeah. I love that shit. When I first came to America, I really wanted to like learn the culture. And I was like, oh guys, what's a way to like really understand American culture? And they're like, definitely download TikTok, which is the Chinese app, you know? Nobody knows the US better than them, obviously. Have you guys been getting these videos where they're like, how to hard launch your partner on Instagram? Anybody? Oh, it's just me? It's just me? That's crazy. Did I just expose myself like that? Yeah. I've been getting those videos a lot, and it annoys me. I just feel like, you know, social media has completely ruined romance, you know? Like, what do you mean I need to, like, angle my camera around my ass crack trying to get my, like, ugly man, like, 6'8" and shit? Like, it's just, like, not cute anymore. I will tell you guys, though, like, I cracked the code. There's, like, this one way to, like, do a really authentic and cute hard launch, which is like come to Standup Cal and like nonchalantly do a stand-up comedy set, then throw in like, last week my boyfriend and I, you know? Yeah, so anyway, last week my boyfriend and I got some, hey, thank you. Last week my boyfriend and I, we did get some vegetarian food because he's vegetarian at random times of the week. I don't fucking know. Let's go, I guess. And after he got his vegan food, he was like, oh, I don't know if it's the food, but like I'm feeling really tired today. Like I don't have any energy to do anything, which sucks because now both of us aren't having meat. And that's it for my set, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Noah Kim!
Difficulty. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming. This is so exciting. I love doing stand-up so much, you guys. Oh my gosh. They say not to joke about things people can't change because people can't alter their circumstances. They can't change things about themselves. I only joke about things people can't change. Like I walk around saying stuff like, haha, This guy has the ugliest social security number I've ever seen. It's got 4 number 2, sounds like his number has a stutter. And this guy over here, he's taking a class and it's for letter grade. It's way past the change grade deadline. He's not passing the class. Shouldn't have taken econ. And this guy's just Asian. That's tough. It's very hard wearing exclusively Uniqlo. It's a very limiting color palette. You're very comfortable, but you're very Asian. The other day I went to renew my passport and I forgot some of my important documents. Now, birth certificates are funny because I go up to the guy and he's like, "Were you born?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Prove it." And I'm like, "I can't." And he said, "It's settled then. You were never born." And I said, "How about I make you wish you were never born?" And he says, "Sir, I work at the DMV. I already wish that." And then we took turns holding each other. The other day I almost got into a car accident, but instead of seeing my life flash before my eyes, I saw my death flash before my eyes. It was car-shaped. Yeah, strap in, guys. We're just getting started. I feel like a crab. Eating crab. Like, I feel like it's one of the only foods where I become the animal when it comes time to eat it. I feel like maybe the only other food in which is the case is pork, but I'm gonna be honest. I feel like a pig eating crab whenever I eat crab like a pig. No, I got beef with people who eat crab like pigs, man. I feel bad about it. I feel like a snake having beef with people eating pigs like crabs, dog. I feel like a pig doing cocaine would sound really funny. It's kind of funny. We got any procrastinators in the audience tonight? Yeah, I'm sure there's more. They'll get to me at around the 5-minute mark of this set. I'm a procrastinator too, I really am. I procrastinate on a lot of things. I wait until the last minute. I think I procrastinate so much that I'll never die. I think I'll just kind of keep putting it off. I think maybe, just maybe, I'll start to notice, like when my friends around me start to go. Like when my friends will come up to me and say like, "Hey man, are you ready for the death that's coming up?" And I'm like, "Oh, I thought it was in 10 years. I'm like, "No dude, it's tomorrow." And I'm like, "Shoot!" Because now I got to cram for death and stuff. I had to ChatGPT my will. You can always tell which wills were written with ChatGPT are the ones that start with "sure thing." I go to the office hours for death. It's just me sitting next to an old guy like, "How do you do it?" "I hate you." Fueled by rage. I phoned up a friend, to ask him for the notes, and he's dead. Because that guy always turns stuff in early. As I told that joke just now, he turned in his grave. Yeah. It's time for dry wit, everyone. Stay alert. I'm taking death, pass, no pass. I didn't pass, and that's why I'm still here. Yeah. Thank you. I gotta stop code switching when I'm around frat guys. Because we'll be studying, right? And I'm like, "So does anyone remember how to derive the limit of a function?" And they're like, "You're the only one talking like that." And I'm like, Devin, come on. Devin, come on, Devin, come on. I think I was the only frat pledge rushed out. Speaking of voices, I have a theory. Stay with me. I have a theory that everyone has a really good Asian accent that they do when no one else is around. Yeah! And I know this because of the racially ambiguous chuckle that just filled the room just now. Who here thinks they can do a good Asian accent?
These guys.
What Asian accent do you think you can do?
I was not expecting this.
Stay alert.
I can do Persian. I can do good Persian.
Don't.
Okay.
Please don't.
Okay, I won't. Okay.
But I heard it up here.
Yeah, it was good.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good Persian accent. Who else thinks they can do an Asian accent of some sort? Yes. What Asian accent can you do?
I can do like a Filipino accent.
Let's hear it.
For real?
Do it.
Will you? This is a lot of people. Please don't. Actually, no, please don't. Look, you don't want it, I don't want it. It's great. And it's fine because I actually heard it up here. It's actually really racist. I wouldn't be doing that if I were you. This is a public space. I've never catcalled a woman on purpose. All right, on to the next joke. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine if that's where the bit ended? No, but it's true. I haven't. I whistled at a woman once. It was entirely on accident, and I can explain. So, for growing up, I could never whistle. I have never been able to whistle my entire life. It's one of I consider it among my worst physical flaws. But growing up, I would always try. And I don't know if you know this, but trying to whistle when you can't is one of the most embarrassing looking things ever. You look like a seahorse that wished upon a star and was given a human body only to waste it doing seahorse things, like being a loser. But anyway, for this reason, I would only practice whistling while drinking hot soup. Like I would get a spoonful of it up to my lips and try. So one time when I was around 14 years old, I was at a pho restaurant and I ordered a large bowl, to practice with. When two things happened at the exact same time. I blew a whistle for the first time in my life, and a girl I recognized from school walked by. And I blew a really loud whistle for the first time, and it was strong, and it was wonderful, and she didn't think so, and I shouldn't have gone yes after it happened. She turns around, she says, "Excuse me?" And I was so flabbergasted that the only thing I could manage to say was, "It worked." And she said, "Excuse me?" again, and so I gathered myself. I only practice whistling when drinking hot soup so that I don't look so silly. And then she said, "Prove to me you can't whistle." Which, by the way, is totally on her. Because how are you supposed to prove to someone that you can't whistle? I'll tell you how I did it. I asked for the check, and then I didn't eat at a pho restaurant for 4 years. That girl got married last year, by the way. And you'll never guess where her husband works. He works at a law firm. How would you have known where he worked? I didn't give any of these characters' names. I got one more joke for you tonight. You've been a great audience. Thank you so much. I want to leave you with my foray into political comedy, because now is the time. Gay Obama.
Yeah!
Let me be queer. Obama walking closer to you. Let me be near. Obama choosing his persona. Let me be dear. Obama when you took his favorite seat. Let me be here. Obama when he stubs his toe. Ouch. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen. Always a pleasure, Noah. Always in the full three-piece suit, looking like $1 million. Tonight, guys.
Wow.
We got a headliner. Martha, we're coming back to you. Don't you worry, all right? We're coming back. Take it easy, Martha. We got Ricardo up next. Everybody make some noise.
How you guys doing, everybody? I'm from LA. Anybody here from LA?
Yeah!
Pretty crazy, dude, right? That whole fucking... For anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, there was like a fire in LA. It was a pretty big fire. That's not funny now. You know what is funny about like that whole situation is that like LA needed help from like different states. You know, like Nevada, Colorado, they all sent their fucking fire departments to help do. Even Mexico sent a couple volunteers. You guys don't think that's funny? Just like 70 Mexicans walking up to Los Angeles. As soon as they pull up, they're like, see, vamos a that, we're going to clean fire. And he's like, no, it's okay, guys, no, gracias, we're good. We already have enough help. Like, no, see, vamos a that, half pay, we do for half pay. No, we're not going to pay you, no, we're not doing that. They're like, but we can stay. They're like, no, you gotta go home. You gotta go homo. No, the fires were bad. The fires were so bad that like my family and I, we actually had to like evacuate. Not because like we were high risk or anything, but just because we could. Yeah, it was mad depressing living around that area, dude. No, we wanted to go somewhere happier. We went to San Diego. Yeah. Somehow much worse than LA. No, I'm just playing. We went to San Diego. On our way down there, we actually stopped by this small town called Idlewild, which, if you've ever been wanting to visit a city that's like so out of touch with reality, look no further than Idlewild, California. Seriously, dude, like I wouldn't be able to tell you the last time these guys were updated like on anything. Like as soon as we drove in, we saw like 3 houses with McCain-Palin flags. Kids were looking at us like they've never seen a fucking car before. It's like, nah. And then we drove up to the diner. At the diner, the hostess, she comes up to us. She's like, howdy, y'all. Welcome to our fine establishment. My family and I are looking at each other like, I don't think these fucking people know like what state they're in, dude. Like, you walk around there, it doesn't seem like they know. We even asked her, we're like, do you know what state you're in? She's like, America? We're like, what? No, dude, no. Then she told us, she's like, all right, I'll seat you guys real quick. Right now we're just setting up for the mayor. He's coming in to eat. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I can't wait to meet this fucking guy, you know? Dude's been running this shithole. And as I'm waiting, this like dog with a top hat walks in. And my dumb ass asked her, I'm like, is that the mayor's dog? She's like, no, silly, that's our mayor. I'm like, that's your fucking mayor, dude? She's like, yep, that's Mayor Max the third. I'm like, the third? Holy shit, how many years have you had dogs for mayors? She's like, we've been electing them for probably around 12 years now. I'm like, you're electing them? On what fucking basis? Dude, that probably means there's somebody out there who's been losing to a dog like at least 3 years. Just every fucking election season, he's talking to his wife. He's like, I can feel it, Carol. This feels like it's gonna be my year. 5 weeks into the campaign, he's just getting crushed in the polls. He's gotta talk to his advisors. They're like, look, I don't know about you, but I think we need to start running attack ads on the dog. I found this video of him humping an intern's leg. I feel like this could really work in our favor. He's a service dog. All right. No, yeah, we went to San Diego. That was cool. While we were down there, we did go to SeaWorld. Look, hear me out. We're there for the rides, all right? We're not there for the shows. We think the shows are pretty fucked up. But you know what's like more fucked up? Because like I didn't know this till I got there, but SeaWorld is like right next to the ocean. Like as bad as like animal captivity is on this planet, I feel like doing it next to their home is gotta be like so much worse, dude. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you got like kidnapped by your neighbors across the street? Just every day you're peeking through the window, seeing your family have a good time. We want you to have to go and tap dance for your new owners. Sucks, dude. Every day these poor little critters are getting blue ball thinking they're going home, and they're not. Everybody's got a solution. Everybody's got a solution to it. Most common solution I've heard is you gotta put the mammals back in the ocean. That's what they say. So you gotta put them back. And I don't know if I agree with that, because like I don't know if you know this, but most of those mammals were born in SeaWorld. You know, like they weren't raised to learn how to hunt and kill for food. Like their way of getting food is dancing to Florida. That's how they do it. You can't put that in the fucking ocean, dude. It's not gonna survive. You put a dolphin in the ocean, it's gonna be like putting a theater kid in Compton. Just gonna look around like, wowzers, what am I doing here? But yeah, San Diego's chill. I don't know if you can tell by those two jokes, but I don't really like to fly. I like to travel locally. I don't like to fly, because like my fear in flying is like rooted in 9/11. Just the possibility of it happening again just like fucking haunts me every time, dude. Like, I've had to see a therapist about this. That's how bad it's gotten. And she knows I do this, so like her recommendation was try to make 9/11 funny. That's an actual suggestion by a licensed therapist, dude. Like, try to make 9/11. But and this is what I got. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if you know what? Let me lead with this. 9/11 was bad. All right, cool. But it would be pretty funny if, like, I don't know, if like the hijackers went through like everyday flight inconveniences, you know? Like maybe when they were buying the ticket, they accidentally booked like a round trip. Just staring at the price, they're like, oh shit. I also think it would be pretty funny if like maybe they were running late for their flight, you know? Like they just didn't plan accordingly. Like I don't know, maybe like one of the guys forgot to set the alarm. You don't think that's funny? Just like 19 terrorists running through the fucking airport, dude. Looking like a Middle Eastern remake of Home Alone. Halfway through, they're like, where's Muhammad? They're like struggling to find their gate on the departure log. Like and then I also want to imagine, like, maybe when they got on their flight, there were, like, no aisle seats left, you know? Just make it even worse for them. They gotta sit by the window next to some fat ass that's, like, taking up half the row. And then in order to terrorize the plane, they gotta cross over, like, 2 people. They're just like, I'm sorry, I am so sorry. This will be quick, don't worry. Alright, that's all I got. Thank you so much.
Wow, what a fun thing just happened. I was hooting and hollering. You know, my Meemaw once told me that good comedy is like a well-stocked kitchen. Actually, that's the last thing she said to me, because after that she died. Well, my goodness, the 8 little chefs really cooked, didn't they? Oh, that brings me back to the glory days when I was rolling with the boys, grilling shish kebabs and getting all stupid.
Yeah, so I was filming the video when it happened. Yeah, believe it or not, those were some of the last words she ever said. Right then, the ceiling just it, you know, caved in. The walls came in, and I tried to get out, and I heard her calling to me, and I went and picked her up and dragged her out, and I had her there in my arms, and the last thing that she ever said to me or to anyone, she said, learn from this. Learn from this.
That was the Martha Stewart Show, everybody! Thank you all for coming out. After party, identity rooftop, let's get fucked up!